Hey guys, what's up? This is Wes from PCJews, and today I'm going to be doing a video on Nocturne, Jungle Guide for Nocturne on League of Legends. So, some basic facts or things about Nocturne. He only works with a certain team composition, but you could say that about any jungler in the game, so you can't get like, oh, well, Nocturne won't work for this team comp. Wes PCJews told me so. That's not true. You just need a team comp that either has good CC or good tankiness, and he'll be fine. He's very versatile. He can be built tanky or damage, or as a damage dealer, and he very much so does enough damage to be considered an AD carry. It's just he doesn't bot lane, so he's not called an AD carry. Another thing, he has great chases with his Q and his movement speed, and he's a very easy jungler to play. Like you aren't gonna have to hit a skill shot with him. The closest thing you have to a skill shot is your Q, which is really just an AoE movement speed buff, as you'll see when you get in the game with him. With that said, let's go on to your mastery page. You're going to want 3 quintessence of strength to get some attack damage right off the bat. Next thing you're going to want is 9 marks of desolation to get armor penetration. Then you're going to want 9 seals of resilience for flat armor to kill the jungle without taking damage. And then you're going to want 9 glyphs of warding to take flat ability power, because Nocturne's strength is his early game ganks. So you're going to want to be able to do that successfully early game and then snowball for the rest of the game, or make a lane snowball for the rest of the game. So I choose that over the magic resist per level glyphs. The mastery page, I'm not going to read it out to you. You guys are big boys. Go into the game and set it up yourselves. You can tweak it a little bit. I personally go back and forth about whether or not I want to change my defense mastery page and get the resist to stuns and stuff. It just so happens that Nocturne, I feel, it has enough getaway where he doesn't need it, but you can't go wrong with it, I suppose. The next thing we're going to talk about Nocturne is his abilities. And starting off, you're going to want to get his Q, Duskbringer. And it's a cloud that Nocturne shoots, which gives him increased attack damage and increased movement while he's standing in it. It is technically a skill shot, I suppose, but it's really an AoE thing. W, Shroud of Darkness, is a shield that saves him from the next enemy ability, and I cannot count the amount of times that I have gotten away from a Karthus ult by using this thing. It also gives passive attack speed, so it's useful, but you'll see from the build that you actually do not need to get your W maxed out very quickly. Your next thing is your E, Unspeakable Horror. Nocturne hits an enemy, dealing slight damage, and if he stays near the enemy during the duration of Unspeakable Horror, it'll cause a short taunt at the end. This is what you're going to want to get after your Q. You're going to go Q, W, Q, E, then ult every time you can, Q every time you can, then E every time you can, and then your W last of all. Your Paranoia ult are Nocturne dims his enemy's viewing radii and fast travels to the enemy, causing damage. The combination you're going to want to use with Nocturne is you ult to them, you hit them with an Unspeakable Horror, use your Q and set yourself a path that you can run with them, causing damage. And if it's an AP champion or a champion with a taunt or stun or something, use Shroud of Darkness so you can prevent getting knocked off. And that way you will also be able to stay with them during your Unspeakable Horror and get the taunt at the end and almost certainly secure the kill. Now for Nocturne's items. The first thing you always want to get is the Hunter's Machete and 5 health potions. It's fairly straight up. It's the new jungle. It's the Hunter's Machete is pretty much a must-have for this meta. Next, you're going to want a Wriggle's Lantern. You can go without it, but I don't see any need to. Just armor, jungle clearage, and attack damage, so there's no reason to skip over it. Next, you're going to want Berserker's Greaves. Try to get those in one trip if you can. 1 successful gank or 2 successful ganks. You'll be able to get those in a trip. Then, depending on your team, you're going to either want Black Cleaver if you're going damage Nocturne, or you're going to want Frozen Mallet if you're going tanky crowd control Nocturne. It just depends on your team. Like if you have supports who do a lot of CC, then go ahead and get the Black Cleaver. Or if you have no one who does a lot of CC, go ahead and get the Frozen Mallet, just because you can run with your guys, have a consistent slow on them, and your Q and your taunt, and they're not getting away. I can guarantee it. And then you're going to want to build tanky, almost guaranteed, Maul Malthorius, or Randuin's Omen, just depending. If your AD carry, if their AD carry is taking over the game, get Randuin's, and if their AP carry is taking over the game, get Maul. It's not very complex. One of them has magic resist, the other one has armor. The last thing I'm going to tell you about is the jungle path. It's very simple. It's the same one you're going to use for all of your mana-hungry junglers. Start wolves, go blue, get that with a leash, wolves with a leash if possible. Go race, head back to wolves, kill those, and check for a gank. You do have a pretty strong early gank, so look for one just in case. Kill wolves again, go back, check for a gank again, and head to red. And then check for a gank again and head back to wolves or race and just continue the cycle. It's very standard. That concludes this Nocturne jungle guide. If you would like, please check out one of the 2 videos that are currently playing down below. Check me out on Twitter at PCJews. That's linked on the Twitter logo hashtag thing in the bottom left corner. Please like this video if it helped you. Leave a comment if you have any advice, suggestions, if you want a different guide, if you think I suck dick or something. I don't know. I love comments unless it's telling me to eat a chode, which has happened like 1,000 times. But thanks,
Hell yeah.
thanks again for watching, and I would be glad to eat a chode.